Hey guys, it's Banks from the Game Trivia here. I'm going to show you guys how to get all collectibles, which is going to be manuscripts, thermoses, hidden chests, TVs, and etc. And you should be able to get everything done by the end of this video in episode 3. Beginning, you get to this, you go to this trailer park, and you eventually get to this part where you see this boat crashed, and directly right in front of it, just turn right. And on this table is Thermos 32. TV number 6 should be right when you spawn, right after Alan Wake is done talking. And it should be instantly. If you leave the room, then it won't turn on. But once he's done talking, it should instantly turn on. Right when you wake up in this room. Walk towards the kitchen, and on the counter is Thermos 33.
All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Pick that sucker up. And then once you are done with the trailer, just leave, and it should be right in front of you, right when you leave. Page 33 is right there on the ground.
I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Just a little bit down there. I just teleport a little bit. But if you just come in over here, it should be on your left. Do this fence. And sitting right here is radio number 5.
Stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air, let me tell you.
You should be getting chased by the police, and you come to this one cliff and you fall down. And directly on this tree branch is page 34. Sooner or later, you're gonna get to a point where you see this cop car flip over and climb on these rocks and instantly take a right. If you go up the stairs on the left, that'll take you to the main objective, but go to the right and you see this tree falling down, and right before it is the page 35, manuscript page 35. Later on, you will see a helicopter is going to be flashing a light, and you eventually will go to this guard tower. You don't have to go up it, but go up it, and you see in the background the helicopter. And come up here, open up the door, and there is a thermos right there, and a radio. Thermos 34 is right there next to the fireplace. Later on, you get to a point where you need to turn on the light to destroy the gate. This is mandatory. Make your way up to where the light is, as you can see right there, and the generator is to your right. And right where this rock, where the ramp is Thermos 35. Later on, you get to a point where you find a safe haven along the main path that you're going to be going to, and radio 7 is underneath it. And then just activate that sucker. There's some flashbangs underneath it as well. And right after you interact with that radio, you could just make your way over here, go across the bridge. And you can see the page, the next page is right there. Page 36. And just simply go left. I have a few enemies coming and get me. Just pick up the manuscript page and you got it. Soon you see a police siren light in the background. And it's going to turn around. I'm going to turn around right here. And right when you get to this big rock that's right here that I'm pointing at, this is how you know you're in the right place. To your right, you should see an arrow on one of the rocks. But to your right, run up here. And in this cave is chest 10. You don't have to turn on the generator, but it does give you a safe haven. Once you get to Pat Main's radio station, before you go inside, there is a thermos underneath the little sign. Thermos 36. And we're going to go after the radio station once you drop down from a cliff. As you can see back there, that's its building. Page 37 is directly on the main path. There's no way you should miss it. And it's sitting on this fence. Later on, you get to a point where you need to turn on a safe station. You could possibly turn it on if you want to. It's where the rusted trunk is. That's how you know where you're at the right place. It's just a little bit down from the previous collectible. Don't go left when you see this big rock. Don't go left. That's where the main objective. But go right and go up this hill. And I'm going to fast forward it, because it is a long run. And there are two collectibles up here. There's one Thermos and one Manuscript page. And this Thermos 37 is right on this cliff, and down there, if I ever did look down, there is the radio station. But make your way, keep on going to the top of this hill. And sitting right next to this electricity tower is page 38. Soon you'll get to a point where you're gonna have to you get ambushed. If you go inside that building where there's lights surrounding it, you don't have to go to it. You could just go around it, but there are collectibles around this shack. And this is where you first come to. You'll see the sign right here. The darkness will consume the taken. And to the shack right here on the left side. As I miss a few shots here. Now aim in, and you finally take it down, and you get your achievement. You don't really need any more arcane pyramids. There's no more achievements after this for those. And basically, on the right side of the main building where you get ambushed, make your way over there. And where I showed the flashlight was where the pyramids was as well. Make your way up here, up this hill, and page 39 is sitting right here on this fence. Continuing at the exact same spot as last time, but this time we're gonna go towards the main objective, and on the right side where the shack is, there is a Thermos. So there should be just two shacks all around. Page 40, I'm showing you where the previous collectible was, which is sitting right there with a Thermos. And it's just slightly just down little ways, and page 40 is right there, right before the little safe haven. Soon you're gonna be coming down a hill, and on the right side is page 41. And if you keep going, if you go past the stump, it's the main objective. But before we do that, we're gonna turn around to the left, and there is another chest. Soon you get off of a bridge, which you have floating inanimate objects flying towards you, as I'm showing my flashlight on right now. And you eventually come over here. This is towards the main objective. You have to climb up that ladder. Before you climb on the ladder, pick up the page that's on the ground, page 42.
As a teen,
Major, just starting to get interested in writing. Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in this place.
And
No one is safe in a good horror
continue
story.
making your way, and once you
That's what
drop
makes them
down
fun.
towards
This
the
was
right
anything
side,
but.
there is
The darkness could
another
possess
Thermos.
anything,
Thermos
and it was getting
39.
closer.
Continuing on, you get into that one building that's in the far background. This is the building right here. It's the entrance. And directly basically a guy will come out with an axe. One of the big guys will come out and attack you. And just run up the stairs in TV7 is right here. Turn it on.
We take the facts of our existence for granted.
And come out here in page 43 is just sitting right out here.
Covering the vast cosmos of madness and horror.
And that should be
Too
it.
often the stars are
And later on, once you do what you need, that's the building right there with the previous collectibles. And once you open up this gate right here, to the right side, do not go to the vehicle yet or you'll get teleported out of the situation. To the right side is Thermos 40. Later on, once you get into the vehicle, you will get to a point where the bridge is out, and you're gonna have to go drive around and drive underneath the bridge. Before you do that, stop where this pile of logs are at and run to the right side. And you can see a tree in a chair in the distance, holding Thermos 41. Once you drive underneath the bridge, this is slightly like 30 seconds after, you'll get to a point where you drive up this road. And if you just go left right there, that's towards the main objective, but go to the right and you see this little shack place, and inside there is Radio 8.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBFF.
Drive a little bit more. Once you take a left, drive a little bit more, and you're eventually going to come up to the Scar Tower. Get out and run up there, and Radio 9 is in there. Directly right when you go in, it's just sitting right there on the table. You eventually come to this one place. You can see the guard tower right there. And in this reddish building, come inside, run up the stairs, and page 44 just sitting on the little wooden thing. And that's where the previous collectible is. You eventually will come down here, just towards the main path again. And back here, towards the left, is Thermos 42. And just gonna circle around. There's this history 7. There's a bunch of signs here.
I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at
That's
noon
what
in
they're
the main
called, is
building.
signs. There's a bunch of
coal mine
signs
was
here
quiet.
that
It was
for
a
some reason
museum now.
doesn't count. And it only counts as 1. But I just read them all. I want, hopefully you read them all. Page 45 is on the ground right next to the last sign. When it becomes nighttime, you will jump down from the top floor, which I have my flashlight on, and Thermos 43 is around the corner, sitting on the shelf. Right when you grab Thermos 33, you want to do is hit the sign, and it's going to open up a hatch on the floor. And once you open up the hatch, you're going to drop down that hatch, and there is a page down there. Manuscript 46. Soon you're going to come into a building, and there is a ladder all the way in the back. Climb up that ladder. And you already can see a thermos right there. But we're going to not go for that. We're going to go to the left. And there is the Manuscript 47 is right there. Now we're going to go get Thermos 44. Soon. I'm showing the way where I came from right now. Eventually you come to these two areas and you come right over there. Run over here. Sit to your left, not go to your right. And you should grab Manuscript 48. Run up the hill, and there is a chest. You can see in the right there is a bridge. You run underneath this little, can't really say, overhang, whatever it is. And eventually, if you just keep running through them, you eventually lead up to a cave system. And in that cave system is chest 12. Directly right out of it, that bridge I was talking about has Thermos 45 hanging on it. I mean, not hanging on it, but on it. Jump over the things, because if you miss, you fall. And that should be Thermos 45. Eventually, you get to this point where you get to the bridge and you get across, and you see these two lights pointing at this red car, and etc. Run up this hill, and make sure you stay to the left because you will get to a reddish house. And watch out because a few enemies can come around the corner and get you. Just stick to your left and you can see the red house that's right back here. Red orange house. And right there on the table, once you get inside, is the coffee thermos. Eventually you get to the ghost town, but before you go across the bridge, page 49 is right there. Now run across, and history number 8, aka sign 8, is right across the bridge. Thermos 47, I'm putting my flashlight where the previous collectibles is, and you eventually come underneath this little water tower thing, this tower thing, and right when you go underneath it, just take a right into this red orangish house. Even though there's a bunch of these, it should be directly right when you turn right, and that should be your thermos. Eventually, right after you defeat the steam train with the 2 floating inanimate objects, in here there is a key in the shed, which you're going to need to unlock the door. But behind here, there is Thermos 48. Eventually, for TV8 Number 8, this is directly when you open up that door. The steam train's right out there. But right when you walk in here, it should automatically turn on. If it doesn't, just turn it on. Eventually, later on, that's where we was just at, where the TV. You just climb up here and run up this hill and stick to your left, and chest 13 is right there.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
You will eventually make it to the cave system, and I'm going to show you where I came from, which is right here. This is what it's going to look like, but what you want to do is take a left instead of going straight. When you go left, you run all the way down here, and it's just going to take you to a dead end. And Alan Wake is going to fall to the ground because he has an extreme headache, and you're going to hear Alice start screaming. And right when you get down here, there is a dead end. If you take a right here, there is Manuscript 50. Soon you're gonna drop down, and if you walk a little bit more, there you see the exit right there, and it's gonna drop down with boulders. But right when you drop down, just on your left is Manuscript 51. I'm gonna show right here. After defeating all the enemies in the area, one enemy is going to break down this little barrier. This is where the previous page was at. Just run down here and don't go straight, but go left. And hidden right here is Thermos 49. And when you get out of the mine area, you're going to eventually get to this place. You need to kick down the door and just go up the stairs and climb up this ladder, and up here is Manuscript 52. Now we're gonna go to history number 9, and this is you're gonna come do this way either way. This is towards the main objective. There's a safe haven right here and overlooking the Cauldron Lake. Now you're gonna you go on this bridge and you're gonna get surrounded by 2 taken, and there's gonna be 4 over here on one side and 1 that's coming right behind you. And right when you get off the bridge, just circle around on the left, and Thermos 50 is sitting on this ledge. This is right at this is basically right in front of the bridge. Just circle around on this big rock. I'm just looking around for the chest, and it's right here in the back. Eventually you come to a point on the main path where the bridge will be broken once again, and you're gonna have to go around it. And eventually when you go around it, there is page 53. Get to a point where you have to go on top of this building, and the roof is gonna cave in. You're gonna get surrounded by a bunch of enemies, and once you take out those enemies, you're gonna just make your way back up to the top and just drop down at the back of the building. And instead of going straight, which is towards the main objective, towards actually to the last collectible, we're gonna stick to the left and grab the Thermos 51. And for the next page, page 54, you're gonna be running, and you're eventually gonna get to these stairs. Back there is that one house I was talking about. You're gonna get to these stairs, and you're just gonna pick up the last collectible. It's right there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time, and subscribe for more guides and content, and I'll see you guys next time.